Good morning, everybody. All of you, please wait for a few minutes to join some other members. Okay, all of you, please mute yourself. Don't try to disturbance the class. Thank you. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Hello.
Sir.
Sir, is it my voice is audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Please check on screen also, sir.
Okay, sir. It's visible, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. Good morning, everybody. In the last class, we are discussing about the FCAD and another one is the proxy. So we also know about the purpose of what is the purpose of FCAD. So up to now we're discussing about the different types of structural patterns. Am I right? So in the last classes, so that means in the previous units we are discussing about the creational patterns. So I think the name is implies what is the purpose of the creational pattern, and what is the purpose of structural pattern, and another one is what is the purpose of behavioral pattern. Actually, these three are belongs to the pre-units. We're already discussing about this. And another thing is today we try to complete the fourth unit. Actually, these topics are already completed in the last classes. Just I'm trying to give some examples for each and every topic. So that's why I try to drag the topics. Okay. Today I try to ending this unit. Okay, just try to remember what we discussed in the last class. So in the last class, we are discussing about the two topics. Those are the facade and another one is the proxy. So the main purpose of facade is to provide the interfaces. So those type of interfaces are used for to provide the easier interaction. Okay, so that will be used for reducing the dependencies in the objects. So that means avoiding the conflicts. So that means providing the easier interaction. So that is the main purpose of using the facade. And another one is the proxy. Proxy is used for to develop the small models. Okay, so if these models are okay, then we try to develop the actual ones. So that is the main purpose of proxy, and we can use it as an alternative way also. So that means, for example, in some type of situations, so we are not able to maintain each and every type of the thing in the software architecture. At the time of the situation, we just try to replace like as an object. So whenever it is needed really, then we try to pick that object into the software architecture. So that means only up to some extent, if any time of the situation, so maybe we are just based upon that only for the particular thing, only for some time. So then we are based upon to the proxy. Just to try to revise what we discussed in the last class, then we discuss about the remaining one topic in this unit. Okay, uh, first of all, we try to discuss the topic is facade pattern. So the facade pattern is a software design pattern commonly used with the object-oriented programming. The name is used analysis to architectural facade. A facade is an object that provides a simplified interface to a larger body of code, such as class library. So that means, so when we are based upon the facade, it will be provides the simplified interfaces. So those are used by using class library. So makes a software library easier to use, understand and test, since the facade has convenient methods for common tasks. So that means it will be giving some, it will be allowing the chance for to conducting the test, and it will be providing the easier understanding. So from class libraries, make the library more readable for the same reason. So reduce the dependencies of the outside of the code, the inner workings of the library, since most code uses the facade, thus allowing more flexibility in developing the system. So that means it will be giving the flexibility, usability, understandability, and reducing the complexity by using the facade. So another thing is facade structural pattern is reducing the complexity by providing interfaces to the clients. So in the last class, we are observing this diagram also. So if you are observing this diagram, so more than one client access the objects or maybe the classes, so individually. But if you are observing the second diagram, by using the facade, providing the exact interface. So that means we are providing some common interface for to access the classes or maybe the objects by the clients. So that means here we are reducing the complexity, and we try to provide the easier interaction with the application. So that is the main purpose of using the facade. So if you are observed here in figure A, clients can access the classes individually, so increasing the complexity. In figure B, facade pattern providing the combined interface for the classes. So this is motivation, and we can consider the compiler is also one of the facade. Why? Because this is also provide the common interface to performing the common tasks. So that means here, if you are observe here, the compiler having the number of subclasses or maybe the number of subtasks. We also know about this in the last class. Also, I'm mentioning about that. So we are also know about different types of phases of compiler. So what are they? Lexical analyzer, syntactic analyzer, semantic analyzer, intermediate code generation, code optimization, and code generation. So in each and every phase of the compiler, so whatever it may be, consider the source that will be converted into the some particular format. For example, in the case of lexical analyzer, it will be considered the tokens. In the case of syntactic analyzer, the considered tokens can be formulated as a some syntactical structure. So that means which one is having the highest priority will be decided by the tree. So that means here we are maintaining some hierarchy. What is the most important? So what is that sentence actually? But in some type of situations, maybe chance of happening the missing the content. So that type of purpose is fulfilled by the semantic analyzer. And next, it will be easily interpreted by using the intermediate code generation. Next, we try to easily execute the code optimization, and finally converts the actual code, that is code generation. We also know about this. These are the subtasks of, or maybe the different types of phases of the compiler. Am I right or not? Okay. So here the compiler can act like as a FCAD here. So why? Because it will be providing the subtasks. So and it will be giving the some interface. So we are already discussed in the last class. If you are observed here, participants just only here were considered FCAD and run as the subclasses. Okay, and we have discussed the another topic, that is uh, proxy pattern. Okay, just if you are observed here, just I try to revise. We're already discussing this topic in the last class. Just I try to revise. Okay. Uh, Okay, in computer programming, the proxy pattern is the software design pattern. A proxy, in its most general form, is a class functioning as an interface to something else. The proxy could interface to anything: a network connection, a large object in memory, a file, or some other resource that is expensive or impossible to duplicate. So that means in some type of situations, we are not able to accommodate each and every object in a architecture. So at the time of the situation, just only we are just that object is required only sometime. They need not to buy each and every object. Am I right or not? For example, maybe in the last class also I'm using the same example. For example, degree students, for example, BCom or maybe the BSc students. Just I'm considered an example. Please be assume in the example only. Okay, for example, maybe some of the students only a laptop is required only for 2 or 3 days. They need not buy that laptop with high configuration. Am I right or not? So just if he is having the ability, then maybe he is able to bring that laptop from his relatives or maybe friends, or maybe taking from the some of the persons giving the rent also. So just the laptop purpose is here to maintain only 2 or 3 days or 1 week or 1 month. Then need not to buy that laptop. Am I right or not? Actually, the laptop cost is minimum 30,000 or 25,000. So even it is a low configuration. Am I right or not? Then if he is paying the rent, maybe for example, maybe daily 200 rupees. So if he is maintained 7 days, 1400. If he is maintained just 1 month, okay, so it will be giving 6,000. Am I right? So reducing the cost. So just it's a temporary adjustment. That type of the adjustment will be done by using the proxy here. So proxy pattern can act like as a placeholder
Ah,
alternative to the object. It is also known as surrogate pattern. Hello. Some of the persons raising voice. Please try to check once. Don't try to create any type of the disturbance. Thank you. Okay. Proxy pattern act like as a placeholder or alternative to some object. It is also known as surrogate pattern. Main purpose of using the proxy patterns are reducing the cost of objects, build small models before the developing the actual models. So that means here we are using developing only small models. So without before developing the actual pattern, then it will be also reducing the cost. So and we are able to performing the forecasting also, whether we are able to perform within the time or within the with the same people, so with the same type of the quality. So all these things are we are able to clearly identify if you are using the proxy. So consider a document editor which allows several graphics objects like images be embedded in documents. If images are large, then time required to load open them to be considerable more, and hence increase the cost. So that means in some type of situations we are not providing the um, we are not providing the memory for each and every object. So at the time of the situation, we try to replace with the proxy. However, these expensive objects need not to be loaded open at once. In some type of situations, we are not able to load and open, load and open. Uh, Maybe it will be consuming a lot of time, and at the same time, maybe those are expensive. So at that time of the situation, we are based upon to the proxy pattern. So now the problem is what should be displayed in the place of images and how to keep editor's implementation in the code unchanged from the complexity of demand loading. So that means whenever that particular demand is happened, then only we are load the required image into the software. So that means at that time of the situation, we are based upon the proxy. Use of proxy pattern is to solve the previous problems. Proxy can be used in the place of real image. The proxy behave like as a real image and takes the responsibility of loading at the desired time. So that means whenever that situation is happened, okay, whenever the situation is happened, then proxy will be sending the request to the real image. For example, if you are observing this diagram, so our document characters image proxy file path. So that means here the proxy can able to storing the file dimensions or maybe the image dimensions and storing the path. Okay, so whenever the particular demand is generated, so that demand means so which type of image is required. So then it will be sending the request to the real image. Then we try to load that required image into the main memory from the disk. So that means here we try to load which is required on the particular time only. So in this type of it will be reducing the memory. At the same time, it will be reducing the cost. So real image is loaded into the document only if editor explicitly offered by invoking draw image function. So that means whenever that function is invoking, so draw image function is invoked, then only proxy sending the request towards to the real image, then the real image is loaded into the main memory. Proxy also stores the image dimensions like height and width called extent. So we are if you are observe here, so these are the nothing but functions. So which type of operations internally done. So if you observe here, graphics editor using draw image, get dimensions, loading, store image. The same operations also done by the proxy. So file path, dimension, draw image, get dimension, load image, store image. So in this type of, and we are also discussing about the applicants and another one is the participants. So now we are discussing the actual topic today. So that is decorator. Okay. Decorator. So we already mentioned the what is the purpose of decorator in the last class also. Decorator is used for extending the functionality of a class by providing the flexible alternatives to subclassing and to dynamically affiliate supplementary responsibility on objects. So that means the main purpose of using the decorator is extending the functionalities. For example, maybe we are consider some software architecture. So in that software architecture, maybe users generate some request. For example, maybe whenever I'm click this button, then this situation will be happen. For example, maybe bill is generated or maybe some sending some message to mobile like this. Then after some days, maybe he is adding some other request. So that is when I click this button, so then uh, it will be appeared in another type of format. So that means here we are allowing the changes after delivered to the user. Am I right or not? So that means here we try to include some changes in the existing software. So that means you try to uh, include some additional features. So that is possible through using the decorator. So please wait here 1 minute. Please wait here 1 minute. Hello. 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 Okay. Thank you. Sorry for the disturbance. Okay, so that means so decorator main purpose is including the additional features in the existing model. So that is the main purpose of decorator. If you observe here, so decorator is used for extending the functionality of a class by providing the flexible alternatives to subclassing and to dynamically affiliate supplementary responsibility and object. So if you're observing the motivation, so when additional responsibilities are added to the objects, inheritance is used. So which is not considerable as flexible. Hence, the new features are added in static manner. So that means here we are using the inheritance. So that means we try to adding it is in a subclass. So that means we also know about what is an inheritance. Inheritance means nothing but new classes are generated from the existing classes. So that means here we try to provide the some other functionality from the existing class. For example, maybe if it is able to having some properties, now we are trying to giving some other properties also, maybe like portability, or maybe for example maybe flexibility, so maybe compatibility, like this. So whatever it may be, so here we are trying to include some other additional responsibilities to the objects. So here we are using the inheritance, but that is not flexible each and every time, so we try to using the static manner. So decorator pattern is selectively apply new features to the individual objects. Okay, so that means here decorator pattern is applying features to the individual objects only. So now we are not able to apply on the each and every object. So that means just to try to apply on the selective things. For example, maybe we are consider some architecture. So in that architecture, maybe having the different types of modules. Just only we are try to performing some other modifications in here only one module. So then we try to giving the modification on that particular module. So that means, for example, when we are click that module, then it will be giving two options. Now we are adding some other two options. So that means here just only we are applying the changes on the selective particular objective. Am I right or not? So that means which consists of various user interface components like borders, scroll bars, etc. So that means, for example, if we are considered any graphic editor, so in that graphic editor, just the what is the purpose of graphic editor? So the graphics editor purpose is including some diagrams. For example, maybe different types of shapes are included in that by using the graphic editor. So for example, maybe after considering some images in a editor, maybe including some other images. So maybe are some other types of lines, or maybe some other types of shapes. So here just I'm considering that as an example. These components act like as the additional responsibility for the actual test view class. They can be added by enclosing the test view class within the other objects, which adds borders, scroll bars, etc. in some type of situations. So if it is a simple graphics editor, just we are easily adding some other things. For example, maybe scroll bar, okay, and maybe the borders, okay, or maybe the lines. So whatever it may be. So decorator is used for enclosing the additional responsibilities required objects. It is compatible with the components interface to be decorated and simply takes the request from the client and forwards them to the component. So that means here, so it will be providing the compatibility. So that by using the decorator, we are able to providing the compatibility for maintaining this with the components interface to be decorated and simply takes the request from the client. So it will be takes the request from the client and forwards them to be the component. So if needed, it can perform some actions like creating border before or after forwarding. So we can observe the decorator features in the diagram. So if you observe here, this is the test view. So test view means, so before performing the modifications in a existing thing, so or maybe existing view, okay, so or maybe the existing software. So actually the software is like this. Now we are including some other things. If you are observe here, decorator scroll bar, and we are giving some border also. So that means here we try to giving two things. So one is the border, and another one is the scroll bar. These two are added to the test view. So that means initially client sending the request. So these requests adding to the component by using the decorator without occurring any type of the problems. So that means providing the compatibility. So without occurring any type of the problems. So that is possible through using the decorator. If you are observe here, so the same thing, the same test view. So that means initially what we are having the existing. So that will be change. Sure publications, pioneering professionals provide study material that paves the way to success. So that will be converted like this. So that means, so we are able to performing the changes according to the required changes are applied into the existing software. That will be possible through using decorator. That is the main purpose of using the decorator. So that means main purpose of using the decorator is extending the functionalities and able to insert the required functionalities in a existing software. So applicability. So I'm also mentioning about these things. So when you are explain something, you try to mention these things, even though it is the same thing, but we are able to explain in different context. So and we are having the chance to elaborate the given content, and better ways you represent through diagrams. So don't try to forget this in this subject. Mainly uh, mainly we are based upon to the diagrams. Remember this. And you try to explain any one of the concept through some examples. For example, maybe if you are considered here, so for example, maybe if you are explaining the decorator, actually in the exam point of view, it is a 7 marks. So how it can be classified into the 7 marks? So maybe the diagram having 1 or 2 marks. So if you are giving some example, so it will be considered 2 marks. So remaining content, so what is the actual content? So that will be having only 3 or 2 marks. Am I right or not? And another thing, if your writing is good, then only get you good marks. Otherwise maybe not able to get good marks. And you try to represent the answer sheet in the better way. So why? Because here the main thing is representation. So presentation. So how we are presenting the content, that is the main thing than the content. Am I right or not? So why? Because in the exam point of view, the examiner is not able to verify each and every word to word. So they are clearly understand by your representation only. Some of the members not maintaining the clear writing, like me. Most of the members know about my writing. So just I am giving the example like this. So don't try to better you try to practice. So you in through your assignments. And I'm say with the another thing. So only some of the members only submitting the assignment to me through that link in the classroom. So better you try to submit the assignment in that through link. Okay. Only I think I received only 45 members in the link. So better all of the members try to submit the assignment today evening 5 o'clock. Okay. You for I don't mind even though you are submitting to my mail, no problem now. But if you send to that link, all the files are in only one location, then there is no problem. And you try to keep this assignment safely after reopening our college. So better uh, after reopening the college, you submit your assignments to me, not only me. So all the subject lecturers submitting the your assignments. Okay. Thank you. So what is the meaning of applicability? So when we are using this, so whenever need to be additional responsibilities for individual objects dynamically and transparently. So that means whenever the situation is happened, for example, if any type of the changes are not needed after developing the software, then there is no use of decorator. For example, maybe if you are including some other features into the existing one, then we are based upon to the decorator. It is applicable for the responsibilities that can be withdrawn. So here participants. So here we are consider the 4 participants. Those are the component, concrete component, decorator, concrete decorator. So first of all, what is a component? Next, concrete component. Next, decorator. Next, concrete decorator. So now we try to see one by one. Okay. In the case of component, it defines the object's interface with newly added features. The visual component class in the example refer to this participant. So that means here, so what is the actual component? It defines the object's interface. Okay. So next, concrete component. It contains the object's interface which new features can be attached. So the rest view class in the example refers to this participant. Next one is the decorator. It refers to a component object defines an interface that is compatible with the component interface Another one is the concrete decorator. It refers to an object which actually implements or adds features or responsibilities. So if you are observing this diagram, here we are consider these four types of participants: component, decorator, concrete component, and another one is the concrete decorator. So that means here the decorator function is adding the additional functionalities to the component or maybe the objects. Okay, so if we are observe here, so the first one component is specifying what is an object. So which type of object it is in the initial case. So it defines the object's interface with newly added features. So another one is the concrete component. It contains the object interface which new features can be attached. So which type of features newly added? So those are specified. So in the concrete component, decorator it refers to the component objects that is compatible with the component interface. So concrete decorator it refers to an object which actually implements. So that means here the concrete decorator implementing the decorator functionalities. So concrete component including the changes. So whatever it may be performed by the concrete decorator. If you are observing this diagram, so decorator connects to the component. So actually decorator connects to the concrete decorator. Okay. So and we try to explain in other formats also. For example, maybe implementation or maybe the collaboration or maybe the consequences like this. So I think each and every topic is better you try to represent within that type of the context. That is the best way. Okay. Another type of the topic is flyweight. So we're already discussing this topic. So just we are having only pending only one topic, that is decorator. So just I tried to complete this topic. Another one flyweight. So here you try to remember this weight, flyweight. So that means here we are reducing the weight or maybe giving the some support to storing the particular data here. Flyweight is an object that minimizes the memory used by sharing as much as data as possible with other similar objects. It is a way to use objects in large numbers when a simple repeated representation would use an unacceptable amount of memory. That means reducing the redundancy. So we also know about what is a redundancy. Redundancy means duplication of data. So if we are allowing the duplication of data, then it will be increasing the lot of memory. At the same time, it will be creating a lot of problems also. Those are were already referred as anomalies. So we are already studied in the DBMS, am I right or not? So which type of anomalies are occurred? Insertion anomalies, updation anomalies, deletion anomalies. So that means if you are insert something, so more than one row is inserted. If you are update something, then more than one row is updated. If you are deleting, so more than one row is deleted. This is the problem actually. So why? Because we are not maintaining the consistency, okay, and occurring the problems. So users not able to get the unique data from the database. So the same thing is also occurred here also. So that means here we are reducing the memory. For example, if it is already stored in the memory, then why what is the need for to store again? So it will be occupies lot of memory. We are not able to storing our required data. Am I right or not? So and another thing, if the storage is full, we are not able to get the required data easily also. So that is also another type of the problem. Often some parts of the object state can be shared, and it's common practice to hold them in external data structures and pass them to flyweight objects temporarily when they are used. So here we are giving some support. So and here we are reducing memory support. Memory support. We are giving some memory support to store objects data. Okay, so what is the motivation? So which type of motivation is required? So I'm already saying about this. What is the motivation means before doing that? So in which type of we are facing that situation? For example, maybe we are attending the college. So what is our motivation? Should be wake up early from the bed and try to prepare with necessary arrangements. So that means we try to ready at least 8 o'clock or maybe 8:15 or 8:30. Then only we are able to attend 9 o'clock class in the classroom. So for example, if the class is 9 o'clock, then what is our motivation? Definitely we will be in the bus stand or maybe or try to arrange our vehicle. So before the 8:30, am I right or not? So that is the motivation. So in the same way here also we are giving before performing the thing. So in which type of way we are ready to face that situation. There are some applications in which sharing of common objects would be advantageous. Example, consider a word processor or document editor. Object-oriented principles are applied to it. Then each of its embedded elements like tables, figures, etc. can be represented by individual objects. So moreover, representation of each character as a separate object increases the flexibility of application. Assume support a new character set just by adding new objects. Then the document is divided into several column objects, each of which has multiple rows and each carries several characters. So that means here we are consider one document editor or maybe some word processor. So and we are using object-oriented principles also. And another thing here, each character as a separate object. So that means here each character can be treated as a one object and increases the flexibility of the application. So assume support a new character set just by adding the new objects. Then the document is divided into the several column objects, each of which has multiple rows and each carries several characters. So that means here we try to giving the some support. And if you are observing this diagram, if you are observing this diagram, if you are observing this diagram, so here the document editor contains some set of words, but here each character can be treated as some object, and we try to maintain different categories or maybe different objects. So rows, columns, okay, rows, objects, column objects. So that means here we are dividing the objects. So that means we try to dividing the memory support also. Okay, so that means if you are observing the second diagram, column, so that will be divided into the row 1, row 2, row 3. Now row 2 can be divided into the different types of objects, concurrent. So C is one object and O is another object, and is another object. In this type of way, we are consider each and every character can be treated as an object. So that means here we are giving some memory support. So then what is the applicability? So when we are using this, when the storage cost as well as the memory overhead of the large number of similar objects are high. So that means when we are not able to maintain the storage, so when we are not able to accommodate all the objects in the memory, then we try to follow this situation when the most of the objects in extrinsic state. Okay, and when there is when there is need to replace several objects in with a few shared objects after removing the extrinsic state. So that means just when we are able to store only low number of objects data, then also we are using the flyweight. When application doesn't require separate identities for each shared object, that is one shared object can be used by many clients. So that means here need not to store common IDs. For example, maybe if you are consider some department. So for example, CSC department. So CSC department code is 501. Okay. For example, 501 is the department code. So for example, maybe some who are belonging to the CSC department. So those members having the code only 501. So need not necessary to represent the code each and every time. Just only we are representing only once, and that will be belongs to the each and every member. Then reducing the occupying the memory. Am I right or not? So I think if you hang we are I think you are studied in the DBMS. So how we are reducing the redundancy, for example. So I think you are studied this example. So most of the members belongs to the employees, and their wages are belongs to the for example, maybe their wages are belongs to the particular rating. For example, if this person rating is like this, then wages are like this. Then need not to separate. Then we need not to include the same data into the same table. Just we try to decomposing the table. If the rate is here, then marks is like this. For example, maybe we also know about this. For example, if the CGPA is like this, then maybe the percentage like this. Then need not represent for each and every student if the CGPA is like this and marks is like this. Am I right or not? So that means here reducing the occupation of the memory. Okay, so that is the main thing. So if you are observe here in another diagram, so there is column, row 1, row 2, and row 2 can be divided into the in different types of the objects. So up to now we are discussing about about different types of structural patterns. Am I right or not? So these are very important in the exam point of view. Okay. Better you try to remember all these topics with the keywords. So in the last class, I think our topics already completed in the last class. Just I try to explain the same topics with the some other examples. Why? Because we are already in the 4th unit and 5th unit is also very small. And up to now, not conducting the first minute. So that's why I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not increasing my speed. So please, all of the members, please try to cooperate with me. In the next class, I'm not continue with the 5th unit. Why? Because just please wait here 1 minute. Okay, thank you. In the next class, I try to explain the important questions. So, in which type of way asking the questions in the 3 units, or maybe what are the important topics. So, just we try to revise the topics in the last 3 units. So, better. I think if I assume for one class to discussion of those type of important questions, so maybe those are helpful in our exam point of view. So that's why I'm thinking like that. So if you're not having any that type of the interest, just I continue with the next unit. So if you're having any type of the problems, please ask me. I'm giving the time now. If any member is having the problem regarding assignment or maybe completion of units or topics, so please ask me now. Okay. Please respond anyone through at least chat box. So may I continue the next unit or uh, just try to repeat the previous topics from the 1, 2, 3 units only. Why? Because in front we are having the mid. So better we try to prepare the mid exam. Okay. If any member is, please try to respond through chat box. If any member is having the rigor problem, so if any, please try to respond at least one person. So may I repeat the previous topics in the next class? So what is my intention is just I try to discuss what are the important questions in the exam point of view. So in which type of way asking the questions in the exam. So otherwise we can continue the 5th unit. There, I'm not having any type of the problem. Okay, and you can respond if you're having any type of the problems also. And most of the members not submitting the assignment. Okay, I think in our class 96 members. In the Google Classroom, I just received only 45 members. So I think some of the members sending your assignments to my mail. So better you try to send those assignments to Google Classroom link. Okay, I'm giving the time up to today 5 o'clock. So I think it is already exceeding the 1 week. I know about your problem. I can understand. So why? Because all of the members asking at the same time. Better you try to submit today or at least tomorrow 5 o'clock. No problem. But you try to submit all members at the same time. All subjects assignments also mandatory, and you try to keep those assignments in a safe place. Why? Because those are we are submitting from you after reopening the college. So if any member is not having any type of the issue, then I close my session. Srinivas sir. Srinivas sir. I think I made audible to everyone. Okay.
Sir,
Sir. Srinivas sir.
okay, sir. చెప్పండి సార్.
Okay. Can you announce the absence, sir?
ఆబ్సెంట్ చేసి అటెండెన్స్ తీసేసుకున్నా సార్.
Sir.
చెప్పండి సార్. హలో.
Sir, I'm not please. I'm not able to hear your voice clearly.
సార్ చెప్పండి సార్, అటెండెన్స్ ఆబ్సెంటీస్ తీసుకున్నా అండి.
Sir,
ఆబ్సెంటీస్ చెప్పమంటారా?
just wait
Hello?
1 minute, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. May I end the session, sir? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. If you're having any type of the problems, please respond through my personal number. If you're having any type of the attendance issues, contact Srinivas, sir. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.